What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another achievement guide. Today we're going to be focusing on Pets No More. This game was published and developed by Purple Tree Studio. Pets No More is a fun, dynamic sports game featuring crazy zombie pets in a tournament to rule Pet Island. Basically, this is an air hockey game with zombie pets. Now, first thing I want to point out is that the achievements or trophies do not unlock in versus mode. They only unlock in arcade mode, so you are going to have to unlock these versus the CPU. So this completion is going to be a bit skill dependent. More than likely, it's going to take you about 1 hour to get the full 1000 gamer score, and on top of that, it's only $4.99. If you're playing on PlayStation, this game does have trophies, however, it does not have a platinum. Now, most of our achievements are actually going to be related to level progression, so we simply need to beat the tournament, which is going to be 6 different opponents in total, and again, these are all going to be against the CPU. Unfortunately, there's no way to adjust the difficulty or anything like that, so that's why I mentioned earlier that it could be a bit skill dependent. Now, aside from the level progression related achievements, we do need to win a round of sudden death. We need to win a round 3-0. We also need to win all rounds in a match 3-0. And then finally, we need to score a goal with a special shot. Now, you can pick any character that you want. Personally, I ended up picking Tortu. All of the different characters have special shots. However, when I played it, there's a glitch that basically wouldn't let the special shot achievement unlock with the character that you were playing the story mode with. For instance, I played through the whole tournament with Tortu. I made many shots with the special shot, and I never got the achievement. But first time I switched to another character and scored a goal with another character via the special shot, I unlocked it right away. So if for some reason you aren't getting the achievement for scoring a goal with the special shot, maybe try doing it with a different character. That's what worked for me, because personally it wasn't giving me the achievement when I was using Tortu, and I used him for the whole tournament. But for the most part, guys, we're going to unlock about half of these achievements just for completing the tournament and completing arcade mode. It's only 6 opponents or 6 matches long, so you can actually run through this fairly quickly if you're good at games like this. But more than likely, you're going to lose a round or a game here and there, and this could take up to about an hour to get your full 1000 gamer score. Personally, it took me about 55 minutes to just run through the arcade mode and get the miscellaneous achievements. Now, most of these miscellaneous achievements unlocked for me along the way, just making my way through the arcade mode. For instance, in the first level, I unlocked my achievement for winning a match of sudden death, or a round of sudden death. And basically, sudden death is when the time expires, and it's basically the first one to make a goal. Basically, the way that these games work is that they're broken down into 3 games. So each time you face a new opponent, you play 3 games against them. And basically, each game, it's the first to 3 points. Or if the time expires, first one to score a goal via sudden death. Like right here, time had expired, I scored a goal, and I won via sudden death. So really, there are 2 ways to win. You can either win via sudden death if the time expires, or you can score 3 goals, and that would end the match. But really, guys, just focus on completing the arcade mode and defeating all 6 opponents, and you should unlock a lot of these naturally. But I'll go ahead and explain the other ones. We also need to get the achievement called Perfect Round for winning a round 3-0. Again, if you score 3 points, it will end the round. So if you can score 3 and you can hold your opponent to 0 points, you'll unlock the achievement for a perfect round. Personally, I ended up unlocking this naturally in the game, here right in this match, as you can see, versus Paco. Again, to unlock this perfect round achievement, you need to win a round 3-0, meaning you scored 3 points and they scored 0. Aside from that, just continue to make your way through the arcade mode. Eventually, I ended up unlocking the perfect match achievement. This is probably the hardest one and probably the most skill dependent one. And this one is for winning all 3 rounds in a match 3-0. So your opponent can score points, but they cannot win any rounds or games. Again, you play 3 games against them, and you want to make sure that you do not let them win any. Ultimately, you want to win all 3. Now, personally, this is the level or the opponent that I ended up unlocking my perfect match against, just because this one is actually fairly easy in terms of the arena. It's fairly small and it's really easy to score on the CPU. So this is where I unlocked my perfect match achievement for winning 3-0. So yeah, I ended up unlocking 2 achievements right here, one for defeating Vincent, the Graveyard Master, and then one for getting my perfect match. That one's worth 100 gamer score. winning all rounds in a match 3-0. Alright, so other than that, at this point, I had all of the miscellaneous achievements except for the one for scoring a special goal. Again, I scored many special goals throughout the arcade mode with Tortu, and I never unlocked it. To the point where I ended up completing the whole game. I got through all 6 opponents and won the whole tournament, and the only achievement I had left was for scoring that special goal. So at that point, I just went ahead and started up a new arcade mode with a different character, and I scored a special goal and I got it right away. So if you're having any trouble getting that achievement for scoring a special goal, maybe just try starting arcade mode with a different character, and maybe it should unlock for you, because personally, again, I scored many special goals with Tortu and never ended up getting it. So as you can see, I ended up winning the whole tournament with Tortu, but again, I didn't have that achievement for getting the goal with the special attack. So what I ended up doing again is starting up arcade mode with another character. Personally, I ended up going with Paco, the fish. And basically, I went ahead and selected the first opponent. And, went ahead and destroyed some of the bricks so it was easier to score a goal. Racked up my special by simply hitting it back and forth. And once my special bar was up, I used my special goal. And I ended up unlocking it. And at this point, this is when I finally got my full 1000 out of my full 1000. Let's go ahead and pull it up and double check. Yup, we got 1000 G out of 1000 G. As always, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 16 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including Tim G84, AOJ, Kegger101, Kana25, Michael Banksa, and Purple Rain 6. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.